Hello there, welcome back. Nigel with you, Nigel's Modelling Bench. And here we are now with part 7 of the build of this beautiful 1/6 scale, yes, 1/6 scale Mustang GT500 from DeAgostini. And today, in part 7, we'll be looking at packs 16, 17 and 18. And this is going to get our right-hand door finished. So the passenger door in America, the driver's door in the UK. But for this car, it's left-hand drive, so it's the passenger door. And we're going to do all the window winder mechanism, fit the window and everything. If you remember in parts 14 and 15, we actually started to build up the door card, and we've got the handle there for opening the inside, and then we've got the outer door there with a beautiful paint job on it, and we've got the working handle, and we've got the mirror in place and everything. So all very nice indeed. And basically what we're going to do today, we're going to get all that finished up, and we're going to do 3 packs in one video. So you'll only have a couple of weeks to wait, I think, for the next pack to come along, and we'll see what's next, because now we've got both doors done, we've got 1 seat done, we've got 2 wheels done, and we've started on the engine. So I don't know what's going to come next, but I think things are going to start getting pretty big soon. Right, so without further ado, let's get a sound bite of my engine. This is my Mustang 2017 5 litre, and then we'll get on with pack 16. So let's have a look in here. We've got pack 16 now. So Shelby hangs up his helmet. 1960 car. Shelby's heart condition forced him to retire from competition driving. That was such a shame. But he ended his racing career with a flourish by winning the United States Auto Club Road Racing Championship. So there we go. There he is, receiving his massive trophy. Here he is with another trophy. And there he is doing what he loved best, racing his cars. At the wheel of his Maserati, finished second on his last race, the final event of the 1960 US AC Championship at Laguna Seca on 23rd of October. Probably my favourite circuit in the world. Not that that matters. And then Phil Hill, the quiet champion. Phil Hill was the first American Formula One world champion and the first driver to win, US driver to win Le Mans. He was a Ford driver in 1964 and 65 with the GT40 at the Circuit de la Sarthe. There he is there, Phil Hill. He is again, and there he is in a Formula One car there, a Ferrari by the look of it. And then we've got a GT40 there. On July 24th, 1949, at the Carroll Speedway circuit behind the wheel of an MGTC, Phil Hill won the first race of his life. On July the 30th, 1967, Hill won the 6 Hours of Brands Hatch with Mike Spence in a Chaparral 2F. It was his last race. Few drivers can say they won the first and last time they set foot on a track. There we go. There we are. That's the extravagant Chaparral 2F with its huge rear wing. They were beautiful, those things. I remember Tammy used to make a couple of kits of those. I think they were 18th scale. Very nice. Right, so let's have a look at the build. We'll get the light on as we always do. So we'll have a look at the pack 16, and this is what we've got in here. We've got a window, we've got a quarter light, we've got some screws I can see there. Make sure I don't leave the screws in the bag like I did before. So everything's out of there, so that bag's empty, so that's cool. We've got this this nice plastic frame here that keeps everything scratched free, which is good. Okay, so we'll get rid of that over there, we'll put that in recycling. Check all our parts. So we've got a strip, we've got the window itself, we've got a quarter light, we've got some screws, and we have that panel there, whatever that is. So that's it, 4 major parts in there. So these screws are 2.3 by 4 millimeters. So what we're going to have to do now is change I put a 1.8mm tap in, and these are going into metal, so we're going to have to get a 2.3, and I think we're going to have to use a 2.2 because we don't have a 2.3. That's absolutely fine. The pitch is the same, just means it'll be slightly smaller. So there we go. There we are. 2.3 is actually not actually a size. They're probably 2.2. I don't know why they call them 2.3, unless they've had a what they call a bastard thread made. There we are. They're 2.3. I didn't realise 2.3 was an actual size. So, but we'll just use the 2.2 tap. That'll be absolutely fine. It's better to have something there than nothing. Right. So we've got that in there, ready to go. So get ready the right door, then partially remove the protective paper that covers the adhesive backing of the glass. We'll begin to apply the adhesives starting from the mirror arm flange. Right, so we've got our door here, we've got our protective cloth, and what we're going to do, we're going to make sure we've got this all nicely cleaned off. Now, when you fit this strip, make sure you fit it correctly. I have actually seen somebody fit this strip too far forward, so make sure you get it fitted correctly. So take this felt strip, and what we're going to do, we're going to fit it from, as they show you in here, we're going to fit it from there. Okay, if you fit it from here, you end up with a piece missing at the back, so it actually goes from there. Okay, so it reaches all the way to the end. All right, so from there, not from there. So I'm going to get my knife, and I'm just going to peel back some of that tape. And I think what I'm going to do first is grab a drop of IPA, nothing stronger. Okay, this is isopropyl alcohol, and a cotton bud. What I want to do is just make sure, because we don't know what's happened at the factory, we don't know what the processes are. I just want to make sure that is degreased so that the tape sticks really, really well. We can just wipe that off and then make sure we don't touch it. Okay, and then we can take our felt strip. Now I'm going to make sure the top edge is flush with the top edge. I don't want it sticking down. And we're going to start from here, start from the edge of the chrome, not here, here. Okay, and then we're going to make sure it's fairly straight, just like that, and it is. So that's the front edge glued down. So now we can use tweezers or fingernails if you have any. I don't. And then we can come along, fold that paper back, and we can put this tape down so that its top edge is flush. We don't want it hanging over the top. We want it covering, because this is there to stop the window being scratched as the window goes up and down. So we can put that on there like that. We can put that on there like that, and there we go. Make sure we've got the top edge covered. Run our finger along and then push the bottom under. Okay, the bottom will tuck under like that. All right, and there we go. And as you can see, it's gone all the way to the back, as they've shown in the drawing there. I can see that I've got it tipping over there a bit on the top edge. So what I'm going to do is get my tweezers under there. I'm going to peel it back before the glue starts to cure, and make sure it's down. That's just, I'm glad in a way that happened, because that shows you that you can actually resurrect it if it starts to go wrong. There we go. That's gone down now. Lovely. Right. Just have a quick look at the outside, make sure you've got no black bits sticking up. I mean, you could probably actually roll it down with your finger if it's too high. Yeah, you can. So there we are. But what will basically happen is the glue will cure and it will sort of stick down a lot better than it is now. What I am going to do here is just put a little slit in there to make it go down nicer on that back edge. There we go. There we are. That's that strip on. Okay, now next bit is to fit this window. So take the right quarter window and get ready to add it to the door. Two holes in the base of the quarter window will position over matching screw holes on the door as shown in the picture. Note that the quarter window has a dummy opening mechanism. See circular inset photo. This means that it looks like the original but does not function. So you can see we're going to place the quarter light over there. So now place the quarter window 16A in position with the two holes on its base over the screw hole posts in the doors, and then we're going to take two DS02 screws and fix it in place. So first thing we're going to do is get our tap wrench, our tap, and tap these holes and make sure that's out of the way. There we go. So as I say, this is a 2.2mm tap, not a 2.3. It just means the screw will be slightly tighter, but it will go in a lot better than it would with nothing there at all. So blow them out, blow the tap off, make sure there's no grit or anything down there. And then we can take our quarter light, tweezers to get it out. And then we can fit the quarter light just like so over there. And I'll take one of these screws and put a screw in there. As you can see, the screw goes in really easily. We'll get another one and do the same. Just like so. And we're just going to put the screws in until they stop. We don't want to go roaching them down again. We'll be splitting plastic if we do. You can hear it moving, so that means the screw's not down properly. There we go. I think it's just it's got a slight amount of flex in it. That's what it's making the noise. But it's in there. It's not going anywhere. It's held down. So there we go. So that's our quarter light fitted to the door. My battery ran out then. Sorry. So a little bit of editing in here. So there we are. That's our quarter light fitted. All done. Right, so turning the page, we've got it fitted with the screws. So now what they're saying in here is that we've got the right hand door done, and we've got these two parts left in here, and they're going to be used in the next assembly, so we need to keep them safe. Get our spare screw there as always, so the spare screw can go in there. Really handy to have these little screws even if you don't use them on this model. So there we are. So that's 16. Let's get back to my V8 and see what that sounds like. Okay, so here we go then. Pack 17. What's this going to hold in store for us? So here we've got the magazine as usual. Got some information down in here. I was quite interested to read this. Not suitable for children under the age of 14 or 12 in the USA. Well, that's all about. It also says it's not a toy, so there we go. So Mustang station wagons, unlikely prototypes, and you can see in the mid-60s Ford wanted to build a family-friendly Mustang. So you can there, 28th of October 1966. There you go. Wow. And then here we have first attempt. So this is the 31st of March 1976, and this is a 1976 Ford wagon-backed station wagon prototype, which was based on the second generation Mustang. I think actually the what's it called? I can't think what it's called now. But there is a station wagon that looks very much like this with all the wood on the sides, and it was actually based on a Mustang. I think it's based on a Coyote, not a Coyote, the 2005 Mustang, I think. I could be wrong. And then here we've got the Ford Woody, which was beautiful in the 1940s. And we've got the build coming along here. And then here we have Lotus Cortina, absolutely beautiful. Rally car was very, very successful in competition. The fantastic Lotus twin cam there, beautiful engine. And then here you can see, absolutely gorgeous, racing along the roads there. And there's the Mark II, the second generation. And then here you can see the Lotus Cortina again. Ford had to manufacture 5,000 units of the Cortina with its characteristic green stripe to be able to homologate the car in Group 1 and offer it to private drivers. Do you know, of those 5,000 that were made, only 8,000 have survived. Jim Clark briefly lifting a wheel in a Cortina Lotus in the 66 British Touring Car Championship, which he had won 2 years earlier. They were fantastic on the track. There's a Mustang in the background there, look. There we go. So that's pack 17. So, as usual, we will get our light on. We will grab our bag of bits. So we've got a bag of parts here, lots of bits and pieces in here. So let's cut this open and see what we have got. Bits abound. So we have gears. We have square blocks. We have a tin plate. We have a part there. We have a smaller gear here, and then we have 3 lots of screws. So there we go. So what we'll do is we'll cut all these screw bags open now, and it'll save us having to stop to cut screw bags open, won't it? Get some continuity going here. Right. So We have our bits and pieces. So retrieve the right hand door assembly. So I'm going to retrieve it. Here it is. Hey, we got it. Right. So we are going to fit a door hinge by the look of it. Retrieve the right hand door assembly and get ready for the door hinge 17D. Note the mounting direction of the hinge and put it into position in its housing on the inside of the door. Now I'm looking ahead to see if we're going to be screwing anything, and we are. So we've got a screw going to be going into that hole there. So I've got my M2.2 tap. I don't have a 2.3, even though the screws are M2.3, but having a thread there is better than nothing, as we keep saying. So there's our thread cut in there. And it's going in there, the screw. Yes, it's going in there, not that one I've just cut. Something else is going in that one, so that's absolutely fine. So we've put a thread in there. Right, so put our door down on here. We're going to grab our hinge, make sure it goes in the right way round. So it's got this angled face on it here. The angled face is going in. Okay, so the angled face is going to face inwards, I'm guessing. Yeah. Alright. And then we're basically going to put our steel plate here, which is back at 17C, so that the wider part sits over the hinge. 2 pins in the door fit through the hole, secure with a DS02 screw. So we're going to put that on there like that, so that's going to fit over just like you can see there. Okay, and then we're going to get a DS02 screw. So this is a DS02 screw, and we're going to get that on our screwdriver and stick that in that hole and screw it in. And because we've cut a thread, we're not having to launch it in or anything. And then just make sure it's tight. It's metal, it's holding metal in place, so, and it's also a working mechanism, so make sure it does stay tight. And there you can see our hinge there, all done. And I'm just going to give that a final little, just to make sure it's done up, it's not going to come loose. Right, we could put some thread lock on there if you want to. Right then, so place the internal window guide base 17A in position by fitting its pins in the holes and secure with a DS02 screw. So this is going to go here. Okay, so this part is going to go there. So it's going into those 2 pins there are going into those 2 holes there, and we've got a screw going into there. So we're going to tap a thread into there, moving it away from our cloth. So we've got a thread in there, and then these 2 here where the plastic part goes. So those 2 pins are going to go into those 2 holes. Basically, if you look at it, you can see where the screw's going to go. There we go, and you can feel it going in. If you can see where the screw is going up and it doesn't all move around, you know those 2 pins are in those 2 holes. And we're going to secure this with another DS02 screw, just like so. This is plastic, so we're not going to graunch this up like we did with the bracket. Just make sure that's nicely in place. There we go, just like that. Now, add the window gears. First fit the medium gear, 17E. So that's the medium gear, that's the large, medium and small. Okay, so the medium gear is going to go in. Are we putting screws in? Yes, we are. We've got DSR04 screws going in, DS04 or 2.2 or 2.3. So we're going to tap these holes out. So we've got a gear going on there, which we've already tapped. We've got a gear going on there, which we haven't tapped yet. So we're going to move this out of the way so we don't get metal filings on our cloth. Okay. So that's that one done. Then we've got a gear going onto that one there, so we're going to tap that one as well. We don't need to go all the way in because the screws aren't very long. Okay, so we've got a thread in there. So we've got nothing going in that one, we've got the screw going in there. I'm assuming we're going to have a screw going in these as well at some point. So we'll probably put a tap in there anyway. And then we've got 1, 2, 3. So we've got 1, 2, 3 threads tapped. And then going to the magazine, we're going to fit screws into all 3 of those. Okay. And then we've got a DSO2 screw going to there. So we're also going to tap this one here where we've got a screw going in. So there we go, and you can see now we've got some lovely threads cut in all of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Right, so we're going to take the medium gear first. Let's go back over the page. To take the medium gear first, so it's going to have this sticking out. It's got the number 1 on it, and that's going to go in like so. Okay, onto there. And then now add the medium gear first, then place the large gear 17B on the post to the right, and that one's going with the peg part inwards, so that's going inwards, that in, like so. And then the smaller gear is going to go that way round, and it's going to sit on here, like so. Now what I suggest you do is turn these and feel that they're smooth, because what I found on the other door, this gear here, the center was slightly off center or something, and I found that if I just took that gear out and turned it 180 degrees, it made the whole window winding mechanism a lot easier. So there we go. So there we are, they're all correctly rotated. So now we're going to take some, once the 3 gears are in position, secure the small gear with a DSO4 screw. DSO4 is this one here. So we're going to secure the small gear with this one. And I have a feeling that you can actually tighten these up because the post is longer than the gear. It's quite firm going in there, that one. Yeah, you can tighten them up without worrying about the repeat this for the other 2 gears. So we're going to put these DSO4 screws in the other 2 gears. Just like so. Just like that. And then one here is going to go into that one there, down in the hole. And there you go, just like that. Right, now retrieve the internal window guide 16, retrieve the left window supplied with issue 16. I think we're on the right window actually, not the left. And place it on position inside the door. The post on the internal window guide base should fit into the groove of the lower section of the window. So we've got the window here, which is absolutely gorgeous, really clear, beautifully moulded. So that is going to sit on there like so. Okay. As you can see, it's snarling up here. So what I'm going to do is lift this out, turn that gear 180 degrees. Should be a position on here that it will go a lot easier. There we go. Okay, so that's good. There we go. So you've got to make sure that gear is engaged, obviously, as you've just seen me do. Next, retrieve the internal window guide supplied with issue 16. This one here. And place that over this lot. So we're going to put that on like that, so that's going in So we've got that tab there going over that metal pin, and we've got that tab there going over that plastic pin. So that's going to go like that. Okay. And then we are going to fit a DSO2 screw through here and a PSO5 there. So we've got a DSO2 here, which is going to go into there. Just hold that down, it doesn't need to be launched. And then we've got a PSO5 here. You can see it's got the difference, the thread, the plastic thread rather than the metal thread. That's going to go in there, and now we can see that our window is operating. Now something has gone a little tight, maybe I should loosen that one off a touch. It does feel a bit firm, to be honest. I'm going to have a look and see what I can do to remedy it. Okay, so literally all I did was remove this screw in the centre of this gear, turned it a few teeth, and it's become a lot easier. So there we go. As I say, I think these small gears are slightly moulded, slightly off centre. So as you turn them, they kind of, you know, they sort of cam, they go wider and start to push into that. There we go, just turn it a few teeth, and that's it, done. I'll probably end up taking this gear off and turning it as well to get the handle the same as the other side. Okay, so that's part 16 done. Sorry, part 17, or pack 17. So we can put this away in our lovely Mustang book holder, magazine holder, whatever you want to call it, box. And then we can start to have a look at part 18. So let's have a listen to my engine again and go from there. Yeah, near the final part now for this video. So going into the magazine as per usual, we've got the legendary Route 66. I've actually done Route 66, or a lot of it. Fantastic road, fantastic feeling. I wish I could have done it on a Harley or something, or in a Mustang. I did some of it in a Toyota and some of it in a BMW. So there we go. So Source of Prosperity was talking all about Route 66, and after travelling all down Route 66, the exhausted driver could be sure of finding a bed for the night in a motel with the car parked right outside. They're great, these motels, and you park right outside. So there's an old T-Bird there. You can see one of the motels, a tourist highway, fantastic. Great. So we've got the parts here that we're going to use, and then we're getting into this great car here, 2004 Ford GT, the Resurrection. Absolutely awesome car. I love these things. I absolutely love them. Jeremy Clarkson had one, and I think he spent more time broken down than he did running, but I'd still love to get one. Supercar with a V8 engine, yeah, absolutely beautiful. Look at it. Gorgeous looking thing. I wish DeAgostini or one of the big companies would do a 1/6 scale modern Ford GT500. You know, the 2021. Absolutely love it. Or 2022, is it? But yeah, beautiful supercharged V8. Really, really nice. Beautiful looking car, and there it is in the Golf colours. Wow. Right. I prefer that one to the new one, actually. That's just personal taste, which matters nothing. So, part 18, well, pack 18. Let's get the light on and let's have a look at what we've got in here. So we've got, once again, we've got a bag with a cardboard header. So, get this cut open. We can tip all our parts out on the bench. Make sure we get all the screws, not like I did before. Come on, come out. There you go. Chuck the bag over there out the way. So we've got an internal door panel there. We've got a kick panel there. Got some screws, and we've got our window winder. Right, so first thing we're going to do is the window winder crank knob. So we're going to get this out of here, clear my throat. Got the handle here, we've got the knob for the window winder. That's going to go in there, and then we're going to grab a little PSO7 screw, so it's PS, so it's plastic, and then that screw is going to go into the back of there. And make sure, for if you're after a bit of accuracy, make sure the handle can turn as it would in real life, and then you can get that handle in there, and you can wind your window up and down, just like so. It's a little bit stiff, this one, I must be honest, but I'm not going to worry about it, because to be honest, how often are we going to wind the windows up and down? We're just going to look at the model, really, aren't we? So we've got a spare screw there. Right, let's go over the page. And okay, now we're going to retrieve the right inner door panel assembly. There it is, retrieved. And position the lower trim panel as shown and identify the 4 mounting points, and then place the trim in position. Note that the pins have different thicknesses. The 2 innermost pins are thin and are press fit, while the outer ones are thick and will house screws. So outer one's there for screws, inner one's there for location. So we've got a great big sprue nib on there, you can see, and I'm going to get rid of that because that is going to look awful stuck up there. So that's that gone. So that's going like that. We're going to turn it over and we're going to use 2 PS25 screws to hold that in place. So we've got our bag of screws here, so we've got 1 spare as per usual, and we're going to put 1 screw in there, tighten that down just until it stops, and then we're going to put the screw in here and tighten this one down just until it stops, just like that. Okay, so that's that done. And now get rid of the outside of the right door, place the inner door panel on the inside of the door so that the 2 thick pins of the panel line up with the door screw holes as shown. Place the panel in position and secure it with a DSO2 screw on each side. So we're going to grab our door panel here on our nice soft cloth. Okay, and the first thing we're going to do is tap these holes again with an M2.2. It should be 2.3, but I'm using a 2.2. Blow away the debris, and the same again here. There we are. So that's that all done. So we can put our door back down on here. We can place the door panel onto the actual door itself. You can see there how it all lines up. We've got the screw holes here lined up, and we've got this big gap at the back. And I can't remember now, that was there for a reason. That was there for a reason. What I want to do here is check that I've got this side the same as my other side. So I'm just going to go and grab my other door a second. Okay, so as you can see on this door here, this is my left door, a driver's door, and I've got the handle so that when the window's up, the handle is up like that. Okay, this one has it down. So what I'm going to do is that handle's going to fit in like that because you've got this tab on here. So that handle's going to be like that when the window's up. I want to get it up there, the same as this one is. So what I'm going to do is remove that. I'm going to remove this screw, which is holding the gear on. Okay, so that's out. And then what I'm going to do is turn that gear and mesh it with this gear so that when the window's all the way up, that slot is facing back up there. And then I'll have both door handles the same. Which is what, if you're having a car restored and it has wind-up windows, if the guy takes any care in what he's doing, he should make sure that that's what he does. There we go. It really is not very smooth at all. When you look at this one's totally smooth. But this one just isn't very smooth at all. But as I say, I'm not going to worry about it for now. Okay, so we're going to move this door out of the way. Bring this one back into our shot. And then we can fit the door card like so. Just like that. And then we're going to take 2 DSO2 screws from our pack. One on the end of the screwdriver down into the hole. Screw that in. Take another DSO2 screw into the hole. Just like that. So that's our door panel held securely in place. Now what it's telling us to do is fit the actual window winder. So that is going to literally go on there, and it's a press fit. So that's going to go in there just like that. And now we can wind our window up and down. That last bit is, you see it's tight. Okay, so Now we're going to fit the upper trim panel in position in the door panel. The 4 tabs of the trim fit into the rectangular recesses in the door panel. Press the trim into place, leaving the interior door opening handle over the trim. Now, this is where I'm going to give you a tip. If you look on my other door, it's scratched. So what I'm going to do is put a piece of paper in here, so that when I slide this down under there, it's protected and it won't scratch. And what it's going to do is going to slide under there and clip in on the top. So there you go, just like that. And you can take that piece of paper out, and then we have no, even though we've still got a scratch on there, it's very, very fragile, this finish on here. So perhaps use a piece of cardboard or something. But there we go. So that is our door completed. So in one day for me, 2 events for you, we've actually completed our right hand door. So now we've got a lovely pair of doors to go onto our 6-scale Mustang, and don't they look lovely? So yeah, really, really pleased with that. Really, really chuffed. Very, very nice indeed. So just to finish, as I showed you in the last part, if you are subscribed to this, I think this is the 6th pack, or this is the 6th pack, I think. Part 7, I can't remember now. But we've got with it this lovely mug, which is absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Green Shelby mug with the Cobra on there and everything. Really, really nice. And Carol Shelby's signature on there. So for any Mustang enthusiast or owner like me, that's a must-have, isn't it? It's beautiful. Really beautiful. So there we go. Very much looking forward to drinking from that one. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you all soon. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the subscribe down here and give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Either way is good. And I'll see you all soon for packs 19. It's going to be 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So I don't know what we're going to be doing next. As I say, we've got 1 seat done. We've got 2 doors done. We've got 2 wheels done. And we've started on a bit of the engine. We've got the front bumper done. So maybe the back bumper will be next or something. I don't know. It's going to be great though, isn't it? It's huge, this thing. Right. I'll see you all soon. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.